Now it's ended down.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. And there's Jackson, then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the center position.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Pass to Leonard from the corner, and a little luck that time, but it drops.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. There's the dish to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Pocket 6. Here's McCollum. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Gotta respect the speed of McCollum. Fantastic at knifing through the defense and beating them to the bucket.
McCollum against George. From deep. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. Oh, we see a lot of this now.
McCollum against Zubac. Covington wide open. He fires. Offensive rebound. Nurkic trying to get open. And the basket by McCollum.
Oh, he plays with so much heart, McCollum. I mean, is constantly battling on the court. This time, it's on the glass.
Leonard inside. Working on Nurkic. Zubac the pass to Morris. A beautiful reverse layup.
How about the strength of Morris, shrugging off the D and nailing the shot?
Here's McCollum. To the paint. Passes to Powell. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, man, and Jackson is just incredibly fast in transition. It's just the defense's worst nightmare when he's leaking out in the open floor.
Lillard attacking. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Morris with the ball.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Lillard outside. Pass to Nurkic. Makes it off the glass. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Diaz, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. So, for the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Derrick Jones in for Powell. Now Lillard. Paul George missing from long range.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Rondo looking around. A floater, and the layup is good.
But when I think of Rondo, you have to think of the touch he has. I mean, on the floater, passes, everything he does offensively.
Batum against Anthony, and stolen by Cousins. Here's Batum. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one's on Anthony.
Oh, and really, Batum is so fast driving inside. The D is in a tough spot. when he's going strong to the basket.
For the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for George. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Simons is checked in. McCollum passes to Simons. Inside. Lays it up and banks it in. Cantor's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, it's important for Cantor to be effective in the pick and roll. I mean, makes their offense much more complete.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard. And there's the pass to Batum. Lets it go from 11, and too long on the shot. Pushing it up. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Out to the right wing. Mann passes to Batum. Anthony with the block. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And the second quarter of... When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping him.
I think in the past, anytime I got it.
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Beverly, following the score by Damian Lillard. Floats it up for Cousins. Kennard finds Cousins, just 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up, but I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Here's Nurkic following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, the 17-footer. No good on that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh, he's one of the best passing fives in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
Now, here's Nurkic. McCollum outside. Back to Nurkic. Nice D from Cousins. The Clippers in the lead. Over to the wing. Buries it down low.
Well, when Batum spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Cantor. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 6 points for Enes Kanter. And here's Rondo. Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Los Angeles. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. Leonard on the wing, defended by Jones. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Leonard on the wing. Morris dishes to Leonard. Over Jones. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And that one is good from Zubac. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Going to tally up another helper for Rondo. I mean, he just keeps climbing that all-time assist list. Incredible career that keeps going.
Here's Simons.
Love to see him battling in there. Go get it with it, fella.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's foul number 2 for him. Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. Rondo passes to Morris. Rondo kicks to Leonard. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. .26 seconds left to play here in the half. The 3 from George. Powell pulls it in. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Leonard, no luck. From 17 feet out, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead up. And that's a...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Yeah, he's busting his tail, making his presence known. A great job defensively so far.
Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Feeds it to Morris. Zubac with it in the corner. George with it. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Now here's Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
Hey, guys, you think he was sending a message on that one? He doesn't like losing.
Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
As crafty as they come. George has lots of experience when it comes to mixing up defenders.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And a switch here also for Portland. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Cousins throws it down.
When Cousins sprints down the court like that, it energizes his team. When he gets the ball in a good spot in transition, it's nearly impossible to stop him.
Now, here's Lillard. He dishes it to McCollum. Back to Lillard. McCollum against George. Just 4 to shoot. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Oh, he's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
And George kicks to Kennard. George against McCollum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 12-point Los Angeles lead.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
Lillard against Batum. Kicks it out to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
George looking around. No good from outside. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland, trailing by 10. McCollum, no good. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Lillard outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. That shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. The 3 from George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And the speed of McCollum, outstanding at using it on the drive to pick up the contact.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Now here's Rondo. In the corner, Kennard with it. Over McCollum. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
And they set Kennard up so well. He takes a composed shot and drains it.
Pass to Simons. Cantor, high post. All alone. Rondo with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 12. Morris outside. Over to the left wing. Rondo passes to Morris. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Morris has got 6.
When Morris gets free from mid-range, he's very effective. Love seeing him getting it going from there.
To the middle. Cantor, the pass to Simons. McCollum up top. Jones finds McCollum, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
Yeah, you got to be locked in at all times. Their inconsistent play is a big reason why they're losing.
A tremendous Mobile One block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Three-pointer, Lillard. They get it back. Looking to get back on track here, and the layup is good. Lillard's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Trailblazers. Clippers leading by 14. Now here's Rondo. Outside Jackson. Down low, Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And the Clippers lead by 16. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to Lillard. It's stolen by Rondo. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody backs. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, over 1,000 steals in his career. Rondo remains a disruptive force.
Powell with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Lillard dishes to Powell. Lays it up and banks it in. Powell's got his first 2 points of the night.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish you.
On the wing, Morris. Rondo against Lillard. Back to Morris. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Lillard. And he gets the bucket. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence as these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Jackson in the corner. The feed to Morris. Nurkic with the double team. Here's Jackson. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 12. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And the Clippers call time here. They're leading by 10. 1:53 left in the 4th quarter. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Rajon Rondo.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way they were going to sit him down once he got going. And the crowd has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. His demeanor was not one of a coach whose team was well ahead. He said this is the time to turn up the heat, make one final push, and try to close out strong. See if they were listening, guys.
You got to stay down on the pump fake. Once McCollum has you fooled, the rest is simple.
And so McCollum nails both of them. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Outside, George pass to Jackson. Outside, Leonard. Teardrop shot. No, it doesn't go. His 4th miss in 8 attempts. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And the wide open shot from Morris. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. And the pass to Pye. To the inside. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Covington.
An absolute baller. When the game is up for grabs, Covington wants to be the guy to take it.
Now George. And it's George finishing it off.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Lillard attacking. Dishes it to Cantor. A 3 from Leonard. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And stolen by Cousins. Morris passes to Cousins. Stolen by Cantor. Leonard with the steal. So the Clippers with the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. But traffic in New York City making its way back. And nothing.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for Brooklyn, Joe Harris is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Irving in at the 2. Now, here's George. Pass to Zubac. Irving against George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got the game going with his first points of the game for the Clippers. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. And here's Irving. Harden finds Irving. An easy 2 points on the layup. Greg, we've got 2 terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
Paul George with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. And that one's good. Leonard.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
Now Irving. Pass to Harden. He sinks the 11-footer.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
George way outside. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Now here's Griffin. To the paint. Here's Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's about as high percentage as it gets for DJ. Go to work, big man.
Now here's Jackson. There's the pass to Zubac. Morris, left side. It's stolen by Harris. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Count that bucket.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. George passes to Jackson. Here's Zubac. The dish now to George. Offensive rebound.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Harden, that's good.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
Now Harris. Paul George missing from long range. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harden. Look at that.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Landry Shamet's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Clippers trail by 10. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Blake Griffin. Durant's checked in for Harris. And it's Brown in for James Harden. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Here's Brown. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Brown the pass to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the inside, Claxton. Cousins pulls it in. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Green. In transition, here come the Nets. And that one, good.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Rondo against Brown. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Durant for 3, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Brooklyn going into the break with a 10-point lead. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the small forward. And that one's good. Beverley.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverley finding a driving lane and finishing.
Irving looking for an opening. Snatched away. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Irving with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Durant. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Everyone on D looks a step slow in transition as they keep getting beat down the floor.
It's tipped. Brooklyn leading by 10. Outside Irving. From deep three-point range, Cousins pulls it in.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Beverly dishes to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Well, DeMarcus.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right calls. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Al Harden following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. Down low, it's stolen by Morris. He feeds it to George. Stolen by Harden. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Griffin, and then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Oh, my word. I shouldn't be amazed anymore when Griffin pulls off a dunk like that, but I always seem to be. The man has some unreal moves above the rim.
That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Paul George. The Nets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Here's George. James Harden picking up that last basket. Lets it go from the wing. Green with the rebound.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Harden outside. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7. Green against George. Morris outside. Rebounded by the Nets.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Green finds KD. Here's Griffin. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Outside, George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Harden scanning the floor from downtown. Not going to go that time, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. And here's George for 3. And it's KD with the rebound. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Brooklyn making some changes. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Green. Joe Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Bruce Brown. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Cousins trying to free himself up. A shot by Batum, no good. Harden outside. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And all right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see you. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds. And
there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
We've got DeAndre Jordan. Harris is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. The 3 from George. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Nobody near Irving. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's George. Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And a great move by Jordan. Jordan's got his 2nd bucket of the night. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Now Harden. Paul George missing from long range. From deep. No good on that one.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Harden against Leonard. From 10 feet out. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's George finishing it off.
And make no mistake, Paul George is a fierce finisher inside.
Outside Irving. And there's the feed to Jordan. Back to Irving. Passes it to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
When you think that this guy was so raw and so skinny coming into the league, now DeAndre Jordan brushing off these challenges with ease.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. The Clippers also making some changes. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Now here's Leonard. Gets a hand on it. It's good on the putback.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the block out, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
Durant the pass to Brown. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. To the middle, here's Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
A different look for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Leonard. Green finds Shemp. We've got 1:48 left in the third. Back to Green, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Inside, pass to Beverley. Back to Batum. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Durant, wide open, he fires. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers trail by 11.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Here's KD after Rajon Rondo's bucket. KD passes to Claxton. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, in pick-and-roll situations, Kevin Durant has every pass. The lob, the pocket pass, so pretty.
Now here's Beverley. Kicks it to Cousins. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Cousins has got 6.
You know, he's been giving them points, but they still can't seem to get over the hump tonight.
Brown with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. To the inside. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Rondo really more creative than given credit. Just has that knack for making defenders have to foul.
And both free throws good from Rondo. So it's Brooklyn now. They lead by 7. And here's Harden. 14 points for him. And the shot goes in. He's got 16.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Kennard for 3. No good. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Marcus Morris is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rondo in at the 1. Clippers trail by 9. From deep three-point range, Morris dishes to Rondo. Here's Kennard. That shot off the mark. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
And they continue to control the glass.
George is checked in for Kennard. Brooklyn leading by 9. Now Harden. Takes the 13-footer, and he hits the jump shot.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Leonard the pass to George. And an intentional foul right there. Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Zubac is checked in. From deep. The rebound by the Nets. Harden's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, after hitting 1 triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Harden draws the double. Down low. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Harden.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Rondo. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Paul George.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Harden against Leonard. Now here's Durant. Pass to Jordan. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Morris. The 3 from George. Harden grabs the miss. Harden's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Irving. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
George looking around. And it's George again missing.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
George against Jordan. Right side Durant. 6 to shoot. To the paint. And Jordan gets it to go. And the Nets lead by 15. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career, and that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
Irving passes to Durant. There's 1:47 left in the 4th. Back to Irving. On the wing, Harris. Off target from outside. Clippers trail by 13. Odd pass to George.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
1:30 left in the game. For Brooklyn, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. Durant against Leonard. Back to KD. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Here's Claxton. That one a little long for Los Angeles. They've gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. George passes to Morris. From deep 3-point range, back to George. And stolen by Harris.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Nets.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for James Harden.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
And the Nets miss again. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter. Harris outside. The 3. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Brooklyn easily. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bustling city of Portland. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. And for the Trailblazers, C.J. McCollum out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. Just 3 to shoot. The turnaround Jay. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
McCollum finds Lillard. Back to McCollum. Three-pointer. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now, here is Harden. C.J. McCollum with the rebound.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Now here's Irving. Harden draws the double, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Here is Lillard. Passes to Carmelo. Over Irving. Anthony's shot is off. The Nets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Harris dishes to Jordan. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick and roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch and shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Nurkic right now taking a pounding going to the glass.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Powell, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Green, he's checked in for the Nets. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Irving against Powell. Irving passes to Green. Harris looking it over. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's McCollum. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Right side, Covington. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Here's Irving, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lillard against Harden. Low block shot on the way. Covington's shot is off. The Nets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Powell. To the inside. Here's Nurkic. Back to Powell. Portland moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Kicks it out to McCollum. Over Harris. He shoot again. No good that time. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Irving. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Nice mid-range, Jay. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. 4-point game. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And they pick up 2. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night. And here are the Blazers. Now Lillard. Inside. Covington finds Nurkic. Now Lillard, guarded by Harden. Back to Nurkic. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Brooklyn ahead, up by 4. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg,
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Nets. Griffin is out there with Durant. Then there's Landry Shamet. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the center. Here's Simons. That one good for 2. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important, and then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Kicks it to Cantor. On the wing, Jones. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. There's the steal. Shamet with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Cantor's shot is off. Brooklyn leading by 6. Griffin inside, covered by Anthony. Offensive rebound, goes back up. The kick out to Brown. Pass to Claxton. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Here's Simons. From deep. Powell. That's good. Powell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. KD passes to Shamet. Durant against Jones. A nice shot by KD. And the Nets lead by 7.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Simons, the pass to Cantor. Powell inside. Brown's there. Cantor. And the rebound goes to Griffin. Brooklyn leading by 7. Durant with it. Jones covering. The pass to Griffin. From past the arc. The shot missing. Trailblazers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Simons. Anthony kicks to Jones. Passes it to Simons. Back to Jones. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Norman Powell. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Green, he's checked in for the Nets. Here's Durant. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Well, that could have easily been an and one. Durant showing terrific body control after contact.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's James Harden in for Landry Shamet. Harris dishes to Jordan. It's good. And now it's an 11-point Nets lead.
This offense just continues to impress.
Pass to Nurkic. The dish to Anthony. He kicks it to McCollum from the arc. Traps in the tray. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
CJ just so smooth and is a marksman from 3.
Now here's Harden. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above 4. Thanks for joining.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Damian Lillard out there with Anthony. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's McCollum in at the 3 spot. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Pass to Lillard. Fires from deep. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Nets leading by 8. Harden the pass to Harris. No good on the triple. And the Trailblazers shooting terribly up to this point. Just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. To the paint. Here's Lillard. Great D that time from Irving.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Harden against Lillard. McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Covington trying to break free. Good. Nurkic has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Trailblazers.
Well, Nurkic is so big, does a great job, and fends off the defense on his way to the score.
Here's Harden. And he goes big with the dunk right over Robert Covington.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Covington finds Lillard. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Lillard's got 6.
Yeah, Lillard aggressive in this game so far. Awesome at finding different ways to attack close to the rim.
Harden against Lillard. Shoots from the line, and that one is good. Harden's got 4 points this quarter. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Nets leading by 6. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Here's Irving. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. Anthony, great positioning on the putback.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The Nets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Harden dishes to Jordan. Kicks it out to Harden. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And Norman Powell subbed in for Carmelo Anthony. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Outside, Green. The pass to Claxton, and he dunks it down.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Now, here's Lillard. He's covered by Shamet. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Damian Lillard. The Nets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Shamet, the pass to KD. 59 seconds left to play here in the third. Trailblazers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Down low, here's Cantor. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. Cantor's got his first points of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside, KD. And then Durant with the dunk.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
And that one's good, Shamet.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here is Lillard. 10 points for him. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
One thing about Lillard is he can go with either hand when he's attacking the rim, and that makes it very difficult to defend.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Nets lead by 2. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The Nets with the lead. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Harden. Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Jordan, and it's Irving at the 2. Jordan kicks to Harden. A three-pointer off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Cantor. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. One-on-one here. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Durant. And that's now 6 points for James Harden. And for Portland, they're shooting from the field. 44%, not bad. Now McCollum kicks to Cantor. Pass to Simons. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 from McCollum. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul for the Trailblazers. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. And Anthony subbed in for Powell. And the Nets making a change here as well. Harris is checked in for Kevin Durant. Here's Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And on any given play, the beard can take your breath away. He's just got that flair for the spectacular.
Here's McCollum. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it
a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Nurkic with the steal. McCollum with the ball. Over in the corner, Lillard. Pass to Anthony. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to Anthony. And Durant sends it back.
Wow, the large wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
That one falls. And the Nets lead by 6.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Lillard finds Nurkic. Back to Lillard. McCollum outside. And there's the pass to Covington. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Brooklyn leading by 6. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Harden the pass to Claxton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Harris is checked in for Durant. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range. No good there. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Harris outside. To the paint. Jordan dishes to Harden. 1:30 left in the fourth. Shot clock at 6. Here's Claxton, and he slams it one-handed.
We all know how devastating Kyrie can be scoring the basketball, but very encouraging to see how he's trying to set up his teammates as a playmaker right here.
Here's Lillard. Had a hand on
it. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Nets.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
Aggressive and incredibly quick end-to-end. Lillard is always a threat on the fast break.
Harden the pass to Irving. On deep. Rebound by Nurkic. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lillard attacking. The shot's good.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Here is Harden. Out to the right wing. Nobody near Irving. Jordan kicks to Irving. Takes a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Nets lead by 9.
When you make shots like that, Kyrie is showing just how confident he is in his offensive ability.
Passes it to Carmelo. Back to Lillard. For 3. Again, the miss by Lillard. Gets the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
And that should be enough to get.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And the Clippers starting five. We've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Cousins in at the five, roaming the paint. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Anthony in at the three, the small forward. Now, here's Lillard. Inside. And Covington with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Here's Kanter. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. And Kanter throws it down.
And the veteran just reading the situation. Kanter will take advantage of the openings if you give him.
Pass to Cousins. Here's George. And Covington sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
5 to shoot. George way outside. That doesn't go either for George.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Now here's Lillard. Outside Covington. And stolen by Cousins. Leonard finds Cousins. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Cousins has got his 2nd bucket.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
McCollum outside. And the pass to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Pass to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
In the corner, George with it. Nice shot from the wing.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now, here's Lillard trying to find Covington. Gets it to him.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Over in the corner, Cousins. A minute 50 left to play here in the first. Passes it to Morris. Rebounded by Covington. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Lillard looking around. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Takes the 3. The offensive rebound. Cantor out to Anthony. Fires the 3. That shot no good. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Clippers. Here's George. Leonard the pass to George. And the wide open shot from Morris. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
McCollum dishes to Cantor, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Anthony. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Nurkic kicks to Jones. Back to Nurkic, right wing. Pass to Powell. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Los Angeles. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. The pass to Zubac. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Here's Simons. Outside, Jones.
I like when Kennard hustles on D. He's capable of making a difference on that end.
And that And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Winning the turnover battle here early on, and you see that reflected in the score.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the 2 spot. And here's Rondo after Enes Kanter's basket. Outside Rondo. Pass to Zubac. Kennard, the bounce pass. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 4 on the clock. And the layup's good off the glass. Zubac has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Kanter finds Lillard. It's stolen by Rondo. One-on-one fast break. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Here's McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got his 3rd assist on the night. Rondo against Lillard. Left side Jackson. Back to Rondo. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And the Clippers with a change here too. Mann's checked in. Trailblazers trail by 6. Lillard, the pass to Covington. It's blocked. Second chance shot. Kicks it out to McCollum. To the wing right side. 6 to shoot. Misses the 3. Clippers leading by 6. Here's Batum. Covington with the steal. And it's McCollum off the drive. Nurkic the pass to McCollum. Lillard on top. Gets an open look and hits. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say, as a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed. To have your jersey hanging up in an arena, that was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
Kennard against McCollum. Lillard from deep three-point land. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. Kennard on the wing. Back to Batum. Kennard on the wing. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Nurkic, offensive rebound. Lillard outside. 3 on the clock. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For Los Angeles, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. The first one falls. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubats. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Leonard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And George is subbed in for Kennard. And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. Here's Simons, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Cantor, and the three ball is good.
And with a diverse offensive skill set, Cantor isn't afraid to unleash that jumper.
Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. They get the rebound. Here's Morris. Here's Cousins. Leonard finds George. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
I mean, there's no question about it. When DeMarcus attacks the offensive boards, he gives the team a different attitude.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have a 9-point lead. Shaq, what was... And that...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Enes Kanter. What a contribution.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Robert Covington, and it's Kanter in at the 5. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Kanter. Lillard outside. Now here's Kanter. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the Clippers with the ball. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. George with the bucket.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
McCollum finds Lillard. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Leonard the pass to George. Fires for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from McCollum.
Beautiful offense. Lillard creates time and again down the floor, whether it be for himself or for his teammates.
Leonard dishes to George. To the inside. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Lillard against Beverly, and Lillard kicks to McCollum. Lillard right side, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Beverly against Lillard. And here's Morris for 3. Tips it up, and George able to finish. George has got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Lillard. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Launches a 3. The shot by George, no good.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness. You like that he's still attacking, but the results tonight just haven't been there.
He gets that one.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Lillard. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Trailblazers trail by 19. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Over Morris. No good again that time. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. And here's George for 3. Leonard kicks to George. For the 3. Rebounded by Anthony.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Passes to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The 3 from George.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
McCollum passes to Lillard. Feeds it to Cantor. It's hauled in by George.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Back to Beverly. Plenty of space. That shot off. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Here's Covington. That shot off. Great D that time from Leonard. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And Morris throws it down.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Lillard dishes to Covington. Back to Lillard. Looking to get it going. And then Lillard slams it in.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Knocked loose. Stolen by McCollum. Lillard finds Covington. McCollum from deep. 3-point land. It's off.
An incredible defender. Paul George combination of quickness
and as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Los Angeles on top as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Luke Kennard out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Cousins in its center. Simons, the pass to Carmelo. Can't hit from 12.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Portland. Good work there as it goes. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now, and in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having to guard the three-point line.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Jones, good, nice job down low. Jones has got his first basket of the night.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Cousins. And it goes down 2 points. And the Clippers lead by 18.
As much as today's game is being played on the perimeter, it's good to see Cousins attacking inside.
To the middle. Here's Anthony. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. Now the pass to Rondo. The feed to Batum. Nurkic with the steal. And yes, it's good.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Pass to Cousins. Here's Jackson. Outside for Rondo. And another shot. Powell pulls it in.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Jackson. Puts up a three. Cousins inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. Clock at 6. Here's Jackson. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Jackson.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Cousins.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. Leonard the bounce pass. Cousins finds Rondo. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. From 18 feet away, Portland grabs the miss. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Powell on the wing. Jones, no one around him. Portland, no good that time either. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. And here's Los Angeles. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Cousins. Back to Rondo. To the inside. 16 feet away. No good from Cousins.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Outside, George, a three ball. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. And the layup falls.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his wake.
Nobody near George. Off on that one. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for David. And the starting lineups have concluded. So, welcome to 2K Sports. We have Dave.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. Harden out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Jordan. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, they've got Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Cousins in at the 5. Now here's Cousins. And a missed layup. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Here's Beverley. Pass to Cousins. Back to Beverley. Inside. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Beverley. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Here is Harden following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins, and Griffin stays with it.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Now here's Leonard. And Jordan sends it back. The 3 from Harden. They get it back.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great positioning.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's George. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Harden, no good. And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Pass to Shamet. Griffin looking it over. At the elbow, it's Harris. Just 4 to shoot. He can't hit that time. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Boy, George so long in all limbs, arms and legs, and he covers a lot of space in short bursts of time because of it.
Now here's Harden on the money from 12 feet away.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Here's Leonard. The shot goes in, first of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
Harden outside. Griffin trying to get open, and the basket by Harden.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Beverley. No points in the game yet for him. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Harden. Nets leading by 4. Griffin finds Shamet. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And it's Paul George with the finish.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Now, here's Shamet. Back to Harden. And it's good for 2. Harden's got 6 points.
I really appreciate how Harden handles contact, staying in control of his body, and tremendous balance.
The shot by George, wide open. Off target with his 3. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's Irving. From the baseline. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And every single season, Paul George has kicked his game up another level. I think he's a premier two-way forward who gets it done at both ends.
Outside, KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
George, that's a two-pointer. Cans the shot from the wing. He's got 9.
Boy, the confidence that George brings to his game is also confidence that impacts and injects his teammates. He's a high-octane scorer who's ready to go as soon as the game starts. And
a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nets lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Green is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Zubac. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Outside Rondo, the pass to Zubac. Brown against Jackson. Outside for Rondo. Green with the block. They retain possession. Zubac finds Rondo. Harden grabs the miss. Brooklyn leading by 3. Durant in the corner. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Back to Harden. To the paint. Here's Green. The shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Outside Jackson from outside the arc. He can't get that one.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Pass to Green. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Green's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Here's Durant. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And it's a 7-point Nets lead.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
It's stolen by Rondo. Now the Clippers moving it up. Rondo's running. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
You know, Rondo's always looking to pass, and the threat of him passing can oftentimes open things up for him on the fast break.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
Here's Harden on the wing. And And then Durant with the jam.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Rondo's shot is off.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The drive by Green. Passes it to Harden. And here is KD. Kennard covering. Durant against Kennard. Durant, that's good. KD's got 8.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
You know, with Rondo's tenure in the league, he's been around now for over a decade and a half. He continues to give you flashes of that burst.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. Harris is checked in for Kevin Durant. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Brown.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shot for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Leonard against KD. Shoots over Leonard. And it's off the back rim. No good. Clippers trail by 9.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
He's off on the second.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor. Attacking and transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They were never able to get the lead above. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Without question, George is playing his skills today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Harden. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Harden's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. George looking over the floor. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
And I think George is clearly one of the most difficult covers in the league. When he's taking it strong to the basket, the defense sometimes has no choice but to foul it.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific hits, you're right. And he's got his first free throw of the game. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Now, here's Shamet. He's covered closely. Irving against Beverly. Here's Jordan. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Irving passes to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Down low, Cousins. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Outside Irving. Over Jackson. And that one's good, Irving. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Jackson finds George. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation for the Clippers. Batum comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Kennard in for Kawhi Leonard. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for the Nets. There's the dish to Jordan. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here we go, one-on-one. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. In transition, here come the Nets. Out to Harris. Griffin passes to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Brooklyn leading by 10. Brown outside. Griffin passes to Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Boy, this is where Jordan really does most of his eating, finishing after setting a solid screen.
It's George on the wing. He's covered by Brown. Pass to Batum. Now here's Kennard. Back to Batum. Outside for George. 4 on the shot clock. To the inside. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Batum.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Now, here's Shamet. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And there's the pass to Brown. Lets it go with a 3. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Man's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson.
Yeah, and that's some physical defense against Morris, who attacks with one of his many moves. And we'll just see what he does here at the line. Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does. Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Brooklyn ahead, up 10. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Harden. Green is out there with Durant. Then there's Irving. And it's Claxton in at the center. Brooklyn leading by 10. And here's Harden. Three-pointer. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Green. Here is Durant. Here is Harden. Harden draws the double. Shot from the wing. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Durant. Irving's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets. And Leonard has it in the corner. On the money from 12 feet away.
And part of what makes Kawhi such a great player is that jump shot. You can't just worry about him attacking the basket.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. A shot by Harden, wide open, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Leonard attacking. The shot that time, not on target. Some solid defense there from Irving.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harden can't hit.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Leonard from deep three-point land. And it's Leonard again missing. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's foul number 2 for him. Marcus Morris is checked in for Rajon Rondo. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. Harden kicks to Irving. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Harden outside. Pass to Claxton. Back to Harden. Looking to end his cold spell.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And here's Morris for 3. And it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Morris, no good.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that one.
Nobody near Leonard. And the lead is down inside single digits. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the 3 ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
Clippers trail by 7. Outside, George. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Brooklyn, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Irving. He rifled that one in from distance. And the Nets lead by 10.
And Harden has the ultimate green light. I mean, it's uber green, including launching from outside of the state.
George with the bucket.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And Harden launches it from deep. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. LA's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. The 3 from George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
The deep three from Harden. Another miss by Harden.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the Nets making a change here. Durant's checked in. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harden, that's good.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Passes it to Leonard. From downtown. And it's George missing. KD looking around. From deep three-point range, gets the bucket. And now it's a 10-point. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. We are live. It's a Thursday night. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, Griffin is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan, then it's Harden, and it's Luwawu in at the 2. A nice shot by Jordan. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Here's Harris after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. The 19-foot shot. Harris's shot is off.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually counter.
McCollum, no good. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Jordan dishes to Griffin. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harden against Lillard. Harden's shot is good.
No, the bearded one cannot be intimidated. No matter how much contact Harden takes, he'll still find a way to finish. And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
Now here's Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Here's McCollum. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
This guy's just a gamer. McCollum, I mean, he really embraces taking on the defense and finding a way to finish.
And all the trapping had to frustrate Harden. But whatever may come, he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and he can, Jay, because he's not just a good passer. He's a great passer. He averaged over double-digit assists the year they played him at point guard. He makes you pay for sending help.
Covington wide open. He fires. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
You got to be wary of Covington. He's excellent at knowing when to shoot from these in-between spots.
Harden scanning the floor. And the jam by Harden.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Now Lillard. Outside Covington. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I like whenever Covington is in attack mode. He's demonstrating how dangerous he can be driving inside.
Harden the pass to Llewellyn. Back to Harden. 1:49 left in the first quarter. Basket good. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Lillard the pass to Nurkic and stolen by Jordan. And here we go. Griffin heading to the hoop and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Now, he's crazy mobile in the open floor. When Griffith runs with purpose, he's capable of capitalizing in transition.
Passes to Powell. The dish to Nurkic. Harris on the double team. Here's Powell. The shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. Pass to Griffin. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Now, here's Lillard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. To the paint. Here's Covington. Nurkic. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
Harden the pass to Llewellyn. 36 seconds left to play here in the first. The pass to Griffin. And there it is for him. Griffin's got 6.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
19 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lillard surveying the D. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Nurkic. Fires from the corner. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nets lead by 4. Live from Brooklyn. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals with a big loss.
I look to the times where things are going well.
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Enes Kanter. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Irving's checked in for James Harden. Outside, KD. And Kanter pulls it down. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Trailing by 2. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Irving looking for an opening. From deep. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And they take the lead. Simons has got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Irving passes to Brown. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Irving with the steal. Here's Green. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. McCollum kicks to Cancer. Offline from the top of the key.
Oh, you expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
And he gets it to go. Now it's a 4-point Nets lead.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Brown against McCollum. Here's Claxton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Portland, no good that time either. Nets leading by 4. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Green, the pass to Claxton. Makes it off the glass. And the Nets lead by 6. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Outside Irving. And Cancer pulls it down. Trailblazers trail by 3. Anthony drives in. Oh, tried it. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jones, no luck. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Brown. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, look at that. Irving just leaked out wonderfully in transition. He's a remarkable decision maker in fast break situations.
Here's Simons. Now here's McCollum. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Oh, he's a volume 3-point shooter. McCollum looks to take this shot often for this very reason.
So that'll be it for the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They had a 4-point advantage at the...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
They've got Joe Harris. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Luwawu in at the shooting guard position. So that's the Nets 5. And that one drops for him. Luwawu's got the first bucket of the third here for Brooklyn. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. 4-point game.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yeah, Jay, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there. Yes, Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pound, he sticks with it.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Giles comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Derek Jones in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Harden on the wing. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. And Lillard kicks to Jones. Back to Lillard. Clock at 6. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Giles, and it's blocked by Jordan.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power. Yeah, it's been about the fast break, been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Lillard against Harden. Kanter kicks to Jones. And it's Anthony, top of the key. Kanter trying to free himself up, kept the line. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
One of my favorite trash talkers in the NBA, Kanter, never really shies away from taking jabs at opponents. And I think his teammates like that.
Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV someday. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Harden against Jones. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And see, Webb, the strength and conditioning of James Harden, something I'm not certain everybody has an appreciation for.
Yeah, and to your point, back in high school, despite leading Artesia to back-to-back state championships, Harden dealt with asthma and was frankly out of shape. Over the years, dedication to diet and training, that enabled him to reach new heights.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Powell in for Jones. Three-pointer, Lillard hits it from three-point range. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers. The Nets have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Harden outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got 10.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside, Covington. Back to Lillard. Inside. Covington finds Lillard. For the lead. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Griffin attacking, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
Using his speed to his advantage, Griffin, once again, he has the momentum to make sure he's going to dunk it home in fourth.
Here's Lillard, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. McCollum's checked in. It's Durant with the drive, and then Durant with the jam.
It's hard enough stopping Durant when he's on his own, but when he's running the pick and roll like he is, it's pretty much impossible.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Outside Irving. Goes up to the stripe and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Irving's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Green against Lillard. And the wing jumper offline. Brown drives in. Irving passes to Claxton. Brown outside. No good. And so it's Brooklyn with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great vision. He's a gifted passer. Has his finger on the pulse of this offense.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard. Trailblazers trail by 6. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Here's Brown, and he lays it straight in. Brown's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Nets. Here's Simons. Passes it to McCollum. It's Covington on the wing. No good with the triple. Nets leading by 8. Pass to KD. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with the comfortable lead.
Simons, the pass to Covington. Here's McCollum. And it comes off the front of the rim. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. And Harden launches it from deep. But they recover it. Brown the pass to Claxton. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And one of the reasons why they're struggling and trailing right now is they have been reluctant to create any low post offense here in the second half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. Irving dishes to Harden. On the top of the key. That one misses. It's his 5th miss. He's made 4 baskets. Griffin finds Irving. From deep. Outside for KD. From deep three-point range, shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got his third assist on the night. Trailblazers trail by 12. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. And Lillard gets it to go.
Well, Lillard has some ridiculous handles. His ball control simply sublime.
The Nets have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. The deep three from Durant. And no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. And it's McCollum in the corner. Here's Cantor. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
KD looking around. Takes it from 10. Poked away. Stolen by Cantor. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Cantor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Crafty pump fake by Cantor right there. Outwitted the defender and won himself a trip to the line.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris is checked in.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Irving passes to Durant. Takes the three. Portland grabs the miss.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, it's quite unlikely. But we've seen crazy things happen.
A three from McCollum. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He's an experienced player in clutch situations. I mean, McCollum loves being the guy that takes these important shots.
Outside for Durant. To the middle. Count it!
A seasoned vet with lots of playoff experience. Jordan remains calm under pressure.
McCollum outside. Dishes to Powell. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Moves back up. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Got to appreciate how aggressive Cantor is on offense. I mean, it's what earns him trips to the line.
James Harden. He's checked in for the Nets. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a one-possession game.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Nobody near Irving. Offensive rebound. There's the triple. It's not going to go for him.
And it's all about the three right here.
That's what they need to tie it. Boy, what a game this has been.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good.